Settle in, folks. We've got a May 2nd news report for you this day in history and all kinds of other things. But first, as always, we're going to start with the somewhat sad part, the passings. I just saw this morning. Jill Sabule, the acclaimed folk pop singer, songwriter, and human rights activist. She was a trailblazer for the gay community. Died in a reported house fire in Woodbury, Minnesota, on Thursday, May 1st, yesterday. She was only 66, known for the song I Kissed a Girl. Gosh, what a terrible way to go. Very sad. She will be, I'm sure, honored in a very huge way by the gay community and others as well, of course. Right. Just, wow, strong woman there.
Yeah. Moving on, Mike Peters, singer of The Alarm, passed away April 29th at the age of 66 after a long battle with cancer. And I believe I read that he has had leukemia since the 1990s.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a long time.
Long time.
Yeah. Gosh, I had an uncle that had it for like a year, and that was that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, this day in music, May 2nd, we'll go backwards in time, starting with 5 years ago, 2020, a very memorable year for a lot of us, or maybe not, because it kind of scrubbed some of my memory, that's for sure. But Dua Lipa was at #1 on the UK chart with her second album, Future Nostalgia. The album won a Brit Award for British Album of the Year and the 63rd annual Grammy Awards as well. Future Nostalgia was nominated for Album of the Year and won Best Pop Vocal Album, whilst the single Don't Start Now was nominated for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Solo Performance. And I got to tell on myself, that's a lot of awards. I can't place it. I don't think I ever heard of it, but I got to tell you, John and everybody else, feel free to chime in on all this stuff, people. That name, Future Nostalgia, that's a great name for an album or anything. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'd be a good group name. Yeah.
Now, I got to look this up because that's a lot of awards for something I can't place, and I feel ashamed. I got to look that up and dig into it.
Okay. While you're looking that up, let's move on to 2009, this day in history. This is wild. Bob Dylan mingled unnoticed with other Beatles tourists during a minibus tour to John Lennon's childhood home. He was one of 14 tourists to examine photos and documents in the National Trust-owned home where Lennon grew up with his Aunt Mimi and Uncle George. Dylan, who was on a day off from a European tour, paid £16
ripped off
for the public trip to the 1940s house in Woolton, Liverpool.
That story almost sounds fake, doesn't it? I mean, there's only 13 other people and no one noticed him, and he was on tour in the area.
He mingled unnoticed. I don't know, unless he was wearing a dress or something. People are going to know, oh, that's Bob Dylan.
Yeah, but still, I mean, wouldn't you think if he said, oh, that's real interesting, wouldn't you go like, hey, there's a guy like you on tour right now. Take those glasses off.
There you go. Which way to the men's room?
That's a neat story. Going back to May 2nd, 1992, little-known UK duo Nirvana filed a suit against the American band of the same name, claiming that they had been using the name since 1968. The dispute was settled out of court in the British band's favor, and I understand that the American band members just finished washing their cars every month for the last 30 years or whatever it's been.
What? Moving on, 1981. Scottish singer Sheena Easton started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with Morning Train 9 to 5. The title of the song was changed to avoid any confusion with the Dolly Parton hit 9 to 5 in the same year.
I remember that. That's the year I graduated high school, and I absolutely remember that being in the news. Yeah, crazy. And then 1972, 9 years earlier, a guy named Bruce Springsteen, the boss, auditioned for CBS Records A&R man John Hammond in New York. Springsteen played a short set for him in his office. I wonder if it was just him and a guitar or a whole band. Hammond was so impressed that he arranged a real audition that night at the Gaslight Club in New York for other Columbia executives. Bruce passed the audition, and as they say, the rest is history. I've never looked up, and I've always been curious why they call him the boss. And I think in part it might be because, and I hope I'm not offending anybody. Steven's wincing right now, wondering what the hell I'm going to.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
No, I think it's because Bruce's music, I'm sure everyone would agree, appeals to like the blue collar crowd, right? It's just down home, Americana, working man and woman's music, right? So maybe that's why they call him the boss. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be self-titled. Maybe he's
bossy.
Emphasize that with his wife.
Maybe he's just bossy.
I'm the boss. All right. 1964. This date, the Rolling Stones' self-titled debut album started a 12-week run at number 1 on the UK charts. The album spent a total of 51 weeks on the UK chart. Also on this day, the Stones made their first appearance on the US singles chart when Not Fade Away entered the chart at number 98.
That 51 weeks is a major accomplishment, but I wonder if they were like hugely like that because they didn't make it to the 1 year mark by just 1 week.
Oh.
Like, can you recount the votes again or whatever?
Yeah, that's like, bowling a 300 game. Like, I got 283.
Right, at 283. And the other interesting thing is that they're still around. That's fair to say. They're still around. They are still around. And that news report is from when I was 1 year old. I was exactly 1 year and 1 month old because I was born April 2nd. Wow. And I'm 62 and they're still out there doing it. And have you ever seen that clip where I think it was Mr. Cavett asked Mick Jagger, so do you see yourself doing this when you're 40? And Mick kind of like quipped that, no, 40, that's crazy. I'll be an old man. It's like so laughable now, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
All right, we'll move on to some Drum Talk TV related stuff, and we have so much stuff here. Okay, Sunday, the 4th, in 2 days from when we're broadcasting live right now, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 4 p.m. UK time. People can use our giant sale discount code to check out over at DrumTalkTVBrilliance.com. Steve's also putting it in the chat. And that code is DTTVB, good until May 4th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, for getting Drum Talk TV Brilliance premium membership for only $7 a month. That's 23 cents a day. That's 23 cents a day. And some of the perks you'll hear about in this news desk report, the first one being that John Weathers is joining us, and only about the first 10, 15 minutes are live on our socials. The rest is undercover on our own platform with John, fan Q&A session, where I'm not interviewing him. You folks get to ask him the questions. John Weathers from Channel Giant, in case you've been under a rock for about 45 years. And if you're not familiar with them, it's still a great way to get to learn new music and learn about someone's history that you can glean from what they learned from and all of that. But premium members get to go on the screen with John and ask him their question. John answers. We keep you on the screen till it's the next person's turn. It's a lot of fun. And there's a couple other things that we're going to mention that are premium perks as well. But first, here's John.
Hello, I'm John Weathers. You may know me as the drummer for Gentle Giant, and we're releasing Playing the Fool, a complete live experience. If you'd like to ask me about anything related to Gentle Giant or anything to do with drumming, you can do so by becoming a member of Drum Talk TV Brilliance over at drumtalktvbrilliance.com. You'll be sent access to the Q&A session. It'll take place on Sunday, May 4th, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern US times, 4 p.m. UK time. Read the details in the post, and I'll see you there.
All right. And one of the things that John is going to talk about and people can ask him about is that this album, you may have seen this in the video. This is my original release. That's why it's a little worn, of Gentle Giant playing the live album. It's a double album, but now they're releasing the triple album, playing the full experience. Comes with all kinds of extras. Super exciting. I'm on board for that. And I just got a note from our producer that I'll read. Tell John Kinsting to stop. Oh, no, that's a different note. Sorry.
Oh, God. I was
No,
not picking my nose. I wasn't picking my nose.
Bruce is called the boss because he took on the task of collecting his band's nightly pay and distributing it among his bandmates. The nickname also reportedly sprang from games of Monopoly. Whoa, I'm pretty good at Monopoly. I'll take that guy on.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Thanks, Stephen. That's awesome. All right. What do we got next, John?
Okay. Actually, going back to the previous one, as a mathematician, I have to point out that if you pay by the year for Drum Talk TV Brilliance, you get a break.
Yeah, $70 instead of $120. What does that come out to?
I don't know.
It comes out to 70 divided by 365. That's only 19 cents a day, people. Come on. Join us. So much fun stuff. You go learn about it more with John's next nugget here in the report.
Okay, here's the
John.
nugget. Over at Drum Talk TV Brilliance, we're running 2 drumming challenges throughout all of May until the 31st at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. One is the Gavin Harrison Drumming Challenge, and he's played with Porcupine Tree, Pineapple Thief, King Crimson, and many more. We also have the Physical Graffiti Drumming Challenge, where people can play along to tracks from the 50-year classic Led Zeppelin album. Premium members of DrumTalkTVBrilliance.com can send in more submissions for our play-along contests, whereas people accessing the free showcase can only submit up to 2 play-along videos.
Which is still pretty good, but we'd love for you to join as a premium member and submit as many as you like.
Absolutely.
Want to see 2 videos on that, John?
I would.
Check this out, folks. First, Gavin. Hey, everybody. Dan here with yet another Drum Talk TV Brilliance Challenge honoring a legendary drummer. This drummer happens to be probably one of the most frequent flyers on Drum Talk TV as far as interviews go, probably in the top 3 or 4 at the most of how many times he's been on the show. That's Gavin Harrison. So now you can submit videos playing to Gavin's officially released music, not bootlegs, and they will not get muted or thwarted or snagged or tagged or anything like that. So think about all the great music he's played on Porcupine Tree, King Crimson, Renaissance, The Pineapple Thief, Backfield, Incognito. So here's how it works as far as grading. We grade 50% of your score is based on accuracy. How accurately are you playing what's being played on the track you're playing to? Number 2, fan praise. It's a new category. You can invite your friends to vote for you. All they got to do is type vote in the comment section of your video. That is 30% of your vote. That's a lot of weight right there, or your score. And then lastly, but not leastly, sound. How much you matching the sound of the drummer you're emulating, and in this case, that would be Gavin Harrison, but the sound on that recording, not just in general, but of the song you are performing to. And that's another 20%. So check out the instructions in detail. And if you're a free member, you're welcome. You can submit 2 videos. If you're a premium member, which is only $12 a month, you could submit as many videos as you want. So it increases your chances. So have fun with that. Can't wait to see what's up. It goes through the entire month of May through May 31st, 11:59 Pacific time, PM that is. That's the last moment you have to submit. We're looking forward to seeing what you have. Thanks. And we choose 3 place winners. First place gets a $125 gift certificate to the favorite music store. Second place gets a $75 gift certificate to their favorite music store. And third place gets a $50 gift certificate to their favorite music store. And if you live where this is open to anybody in the world, so if you live on the island of Tonga and that music store doesn't have gift certificates, we'll load up a Visa card or whatever for the same equal amount. We're doing that for somebody in Brazil. It's working out just fine. So there you go from the last one of the last challenges. So there you go. Now, here's the scoop on the physical graffiti challenge. I'm going to make some videos for this. I can't wait. Hey, everybody. Dan here to announce yet a second challenge going on here in May in Drum Talk TV Brilliance, our membership site. It's a very special month. This month, we not only have the Gavin Harrison Drumming Challenge for all you proggies, but to celebrate and honor John Bonham's birthday, which is May 31st, for the entire month, we're also running a physical graffiti drumming challenge, being that 2025 is the 50th anniversary year of this legendary album with legendary music put together by 4 legendary musicians. So here's how it works. Free member, premium member. If you're a free member, you can submit up to 2 videos. Not bad. If you're a premium member, it's only $12 a month. Come on, join. But if you're a premium member, you could submit as many videos as you want. There's so much great music on this double album. And other than Bron Urar, I mean, I think you pretty much play to anything on the drums, right? And here's how the grading works. So accuracy and how accurately are you playing the drums to what John Bonham is playing. That's 50% of your score. 30% of your score is your peeps. You got peeps, right? You got people, you got fans, you got followers, you got friends, you got family. Reach out to them, direct them to where your video is posted in the Brilliant site after it's been posted, and they can comment the word vote, and all those votes go towards 30% of the weight of your score. That's a lot. Thirdly, but not lastly, is sound. This is the tricky part, especially with John Bonham. How much are you matching the sound to the song you're recording? So think of the Wonton song. Think of Trampled Underfoot. Think of In My Time of Dying, and really dial in that drum sound, not just the tuning, but that fat snare, the bass drum, the toms tuned to match. Nail that sound, because sometimes that's where people fall a little short. They play great, but they don't quite get the sound. We're looking for you to emulate it as much as possible. So this is through the entire month of May, all the way up through 11:59 Pacific time, PM on the 31st, John's birthday. Thank you. Can't wait to see what you're submitting. I might even throw a few videos in there just for fun. I don't qualify. And hopefully you'll say, I can do better than that. And you'll submit your videos, right? Let's see what you got. Yeah, there you go. And
the new thing for me was the deal about the friends vote.
Yeah,
if I had some friends, I could be a contender. I tell you.
There you go. And I mentioned in there, premium's only $12 a month, but right now it's only $7 a month through 11:59 p.m. Pacific, May 4th. So get on board now, save a bunch of money. And I know you all can do it, because success comes in cans, not cannots. I have a can of it right here. There you go. All right. So next we've got yesterday, that is, I interviewed Aaron Olson, who was the winner of February's Neil Peart Challenge. That was the hardest one to judge so far. We had arguments. There was arm wrestling, a food fight. Dishes didn't get done. Poop didn't get scooped. It was a pretty heavy judging. Anyhow, Aaron is in Asia, featuring John Payne, as well as a Rush tribute band called Infinity Rush. And thanks to Aaron and the band, my wife and I are going to go see them on June 7th down in Tucson, which is 2 hours south of where we live up in the mountains east of Phoenix. And I'm going to show a little clip, give this guy some more love, because he really killed it with his winning track, La Villa Strangiato. And by the way, folks, you can go check out all the previous challenges and all the previous entries and get some idea of what you're up against, but more importantly, to get inspired. But check out Aaron on the drums from this excerpt of Limelight with Infinity Rush. Check this out. This is really good. Nailing the sounds here on all the instruments, too. It's so good, these guys are, really.
Yeah. And tuning drums is so important. When especially if you're in a cover band or whatever, you want those drums to sound like the group you're covering.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point.
So I think I'm up next, and we're going to talk about the next Drum Talk TV Brilliance game show. And it's going to be on Tuesday, May 6th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. The topic is women in music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
And I believe we might have a video to show.
Music fans, think you know music trivia? Bring it! How about women in music of the 60s, 70s, and 80s? This is Tuesday, May 6th, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. 3 rounds, 1 for each decade, and then a 4th round where all 3 winners will face off. The winner of each round gets to spin the prize wheel, with the 4th round being the winners facing off, gets to spin the prize wheel with a whole new set of prizes. You could even win a guest VJ spot on Drum Talk TV. Here's more reasons why to play.
You work hard, so come have some fun. Think you know music trivia? Prove it and win, or win by guessing with our music-themed game shows. Win awesome prizes. RSVP via the link in the post and come take a fun break.
Show up and turn it up and play for a chance to win. We'd love to see you there, folks. It's a lot of fun, and we've seen people guessing just like we said there. Okay, awesome.
I think it's more satisfying when you win and you just only guessed,
Oh yeah, for sure. We encourage people just throw darts. Absolutely. And you learn stuff too, right? You've played, you learn things about different artists that maybe you know, or artists you don't know. You still learn stuff, which is fun.
Yeah.
Cool. This past week, Lou Calderola and myself did one of our monthly series episodes of Under the Influence that was spring themed. And over on Yes Shift, Stephen did a review of a concert he went to last week featuring Conflict at Serenity Pools, Ruth Radley, and Ruby Haunt, as well as a couple records he got from the concert. And then that day, he and I interviewed keyboardist Criss Clark. God, that was fun. From John Anderson and the Band Geeks on Monday, May 5th, 2 p.m. Pacific. We're interviewing Billy Sherwood of Yes about his solo tour that's happening this month. And you can find the dates at billysherwoodmusic.com. Lots going on. No wonder I need a nap.
Yeah, you're going to be busy. And you're also interviewing Mirko de Mayo tomorrow, Saturday, noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern U.S. times, about the new Flower Kings album titled Love. And on Thursday, May 8th, 6 p.m. Pacific, You're interviewing a drummer named M.B. Gordy, whose credits include John Legend, Michael Bublé, Green Day, My Chemical Romance, and Neil Diamond, as well as various films, TV shows, and video games.
Yeah, I think the first question I'm going to ask him is, when are you going to get your career going?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Talk
those are
about
some great
running
credits.
the genre gamut, you know.
Yeah, that too.
Once you say Green Day and Neil Diamond in the same sentence.
Yeah, and John Legend. Yeah, yeah. Those are like all over the place. And Mirko de Mayo is such a gem to have on. Looking forward to having him on again from the Flower Kings. So it's going to be a fun, busy weekend. And I'm even going to be doing some new greenhouse planting somewhere in there. I might have the light on and be doing it at night, actually. I'm not sure. But a lot of stuff happening. Very exciting stuff here. Let's go on to music news. Due to health issues, Frank Beard will not be present on the Australian and New Zealand dates of ZZ Top's tour. The statement said, Beard's continued physical therapy has shown to be very effective in dealing with the issue that caused him to leave recently during the recent U.S. leg of the tour. While cheered by positive news, band and management believe that his total recovery must be priority one. So Beard's attending physicians have suggested more, meaning they politely demanded, I'm sure, more physical therapy over a longer period will potentially achieve better and longer lasting results. This is what happens when we get older. And this will now be the focus. So John Douglas, who's been their longtime drum tech, will fill in for Beard. So wishing Frank the best on getting better and wishing John a fun time down under with the boys.
Excellent. Yeah, part of me is a little curious about the condition for which he needs physical therapy, but that's just me and my inquisitive nature.
Yeah.
Moving on, Peter Criss, co-founding drummer of Kiss, announced that this autumn will be the release of his first solo album in 18 years. The first question that comes to my mind is this with makeup or without?
Oh, it'll be without, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if I'm wrong, though.
Yeah.
I saw him recently. He looks good. His hair, he let his hair go all white now. He stopped dyeing it. He still looks really good. He looks great. So I'm really curious. He's quite the musician. Really curious to see, after 18 years of going through some life changes and the age milestones we crossed during that period of time at any ages, what the lyrical content will be and stuff like that. So interesting. Yeah. Can't wait to check that out and hear about that. Barbra Streisand announces The Secret of Life Partners Volume 2, featuring a collab with Mariah Carey and Ariana Grande. The new project also boasts duets with these flash in the pans. Let me see if I can pronounce the names right. Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, and Hozier. This comes out on June 27th. That's an interesting mix of people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bob Dylan. Wow.
So in weekly style, we always close with an icebreaker. We'll look at comments first, but to give everyone a heads up on the icebreaker, we encourage you to answer too. We take turns. It's John's turn to give me an icebreaker, but first, let me check out the comments. Steve's got all the good stuff in there. Hey, Susie Brewer Haynes, watching from Idaho. What did you call me? Oh, watching from Idaho. I play a Zen drum. Send in videos. Steve, maybe you can drop in the link. We'd love to see you playing your Zen drum. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for chiming in. John, hit me.
All right.
Icebreaker. And folks,
so the icebreaker, when I come up with these, I try not to anticipate what you're going to say and what the audience is going to say. But here's this week's icebreaker. Okay. And it's a question. The question is, have you ever encountered, seen, heard, witnessed in a concert, whatever, a drummer that was so great that your first instinct was to get a bonfire and burn all your drumsticks?
So I remember the first and what might have been the only time I said that, and the only time, not because there weren't other drummers that were worthy of such inspiration, but to quote Neil Peart, he said he heard Eric Clapton say once that he saw Jimi Hendrix and wanted to just burn his guitars, not for theatrical effect, but just to call it quits. Whereas
Yeah.
Neil Peart takes that as inspiration, and that's what I've done since. But I remember walking out of the LA Forum after seeing Yes on the drama tour, the third time I saw Yes with Alan White, and
Yeah.
he was so good that I turned to my girlfriend Claire at the time. We're still friends after all these years, and the couple of the people we went with, and I said, I think I'm just going to burn my stuff. I mean, that was just, but it's an interesting question, because what you're asking really defines like a very high level of what the did I just see and hear, right?
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
just
almost like that point
this
beyond
guy's pretty good.
inspiration.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So that would be the first time, but there's been many other amazing drummers. Of course, the first time I saw Carl
Yeah.
Palmer, every time I saw Neil Peart, every time I saw Alan White, but I could name so many, but I remember that specific time where I actually said that walking back in the car. How about you, John?
Oh, yeah. Actually, there are three. And
Was it me playing on Dan's Almost Daily Vlog?
Yes, I saw you playing, and you saw you play the hands on your drum set. I was like, oh, I was floored. In addition to that, first time I saw Billy Cobham.
Wow, yeah.
It was just life-changing. And yeah, there was that moment I thought, well, I'm never going to be there. So, but
Was
then
it
I
with
got
Mahavishnu Orchestra?
Mahavishnu
We're being
Orchestra.
attacked.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, that must have been amazing. What was that, 72, 73?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one would be Simon Phillips.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of his clinic videos, just astounding.
Now that's
And
interesting because
he's
both
got
drummers
this-
are open-handed drummers.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Huh.
was going to say, yeah, he's got this magic with open-handed playing.
Yeah.
And the third one, it's embarrassing because I can't really remember her name. It's somebody that you have had on your show multiple times. I believe she's maybe French or...
Oh, Emmanuel Caplet.
Yes, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Nobody. And I'm even including Billy Cobham and Simon in this collection. Nobody has greater hands than Nicolette.
She's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You like Emmanuel Caplet? Sage says yes. She's a
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks, John. And thanks everybody for tuning in. This is our weekly report. We do this every Friday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. And we'll be back before you know it. Well, in about a week, depending on when you're seeing this. And we'll see you then. Thanks.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, everybody.